what was a crazy idea back in February is not 3 weeks away. So great. Well, let's go ahead and get started, everyone. My name is Paul Byer, and welcome to the kind of Get Organized monthly call. We've been doing this for, I don't know, over a year now. Let's get the agenda up here. Um, so just a few housekeeping things for people who aren't. This is a nonprofit. Our goal is to implement practical efforts to attract, retain, and grow talent. We're not here to discuss policy or lament on what VCs are or not doing, what the governments are or not doing here. So this is a pick up your shovel and do small projects with colleagues group here. So if you're interested in that, great. If you're not, get your own group. We this is a monthly group organized. We record these things and put up on YouTube. So if you miss it, please catch up there. We really focus on different subsegments, and you can look in this website personas. But one that we continue to see is so important are the student segments. I mean, we have 143 colleges. 435,000 students flow through the state. It's a globally unique talent asset that no other region has that many people flowing through. 17,000 data, software, and AI engineers are part of that mix, and 95% of them have no idea what's happening in the AI community here in Boston here. So it's a real opportunity for us to grow and differentiate, and I think truly get to a well-established third or fourth most vibrant AI community in the world here. San Francisco is fabulous. China's doing some great things, but I think we're right there with London and New York and others. And this group here is part of the group that can make that happen here. One of the things we'd like to do in this meeting, and it'll go fast, is people kind of give quick updates. So we'll kind of go 3-4 minute updates as we kind of walk through the presentations here. And that's John Warner. John, are you here? John's got people don't know John Warner is a kind of a event extraordinaire. He's got a massive event coming up this Monday and Tuesday in Stanford and Google. If you haven't got a chance to see it, if you go to Imagination, or someone can put in the link, the Imagination Action website, it's a breathtaking a set of speakers. Eric Schmidt, Kleiner Perkins. I think this must be 40 CIOs. I think there's 15 Stanford professors who are speaking here. The Monday is going to be all day at Google, and Tuesday is going to be all day at Stanford. And it's a really important part of his effort to really connect MIT and Stanford more coast to coast, and also get them more involved collectively at the MIT Day in Davos coming up in February. So I think John will be joining here shortly. Judah, do we have you on?
Yeah, I'm here, Paul. But you're
Tell us.
welcome to kind of walk through it. You just go real quick. It's coming along really well. There's about little over 60 events in more than 70 companies. Were we to hit 80 events, we would be the same size as New York Tech Week. So there's a chance of that. We encourage all of you, if you're looking to host events or throw a party during the week, to do that. So it's coming along well. The opening party, hopefully you all signed up before I had announced the location, is going to be Iron Creek, the Island Creek Oyster House Raw Bar, which is in the Seaport. I don't think it's open yet. WS Seaport, WS Development Corporation came in and opened that up for the community for free. So we just need to get them a list. If anyone's on the blueprint and didn't sign up, shoot me a note. We have some open spots beyond the registration at Meetup. And beyond that, this is now a good time for volunteering, as like the events are going to start, and certainly use help at the career fair as a helper. And I know that there are some other events that are looking for venues, as well as potentially some support. So if you want to reach out to info@aiweek.boston, I'm going to put together a volunteer call likely for next week to talk about some of the stuff. And of course, please attend, host, and if any large corporations or entities looking for branding and direct response awareness, put them in touch with us as well. The last thing is, it looks like Swiss Public Television on October 1st and excuse me, 2nd and 3rd will be in the United States in Boston, recording a documentary for their series episode in the documentary America. It's a series on America. It's published in German. And so Paul will be doing an interview if he's around then. And I know they want to interview some other folks. So I'm giving them a list of everybody and saying, hey, let me know. So I may reach out. That should be pretty exciting. If you speak German. If not, we'll have to use an AI to translate it. So thanks, Paul.
Great. Thanks, Judah. I really appreciate, Judah, all your help in making this happen. And just to jump at a high level here, so this is a kind of a not kind of, it is a decentralized gathering. So it's 100 events from Friday, September 26th to October 3rd on a shared calendar. So each event is responsible for their own venue, their own budget, their own marketing, and it just happens to be linked. Events can be free or paid. They can be private or open to the public. They can be large or it can be, 20 people here. So it's just a great way for people to have an excuse to get together and start pulling together here. And it's, as Judah mentioned, I think there's 67 already have pulled together here, and just some fabulous organizations already. Museum of Science is doing a great event. The Emerson College is doing Gen AI for virtual film production here. VCs are doing it. We have a Congressman Jake's going to be talking here, and we're doing on my commercial side. We're doing GA World, which is going to be 800 people at the Heinz. The real critical one is on Wednesday, October 1st, the career fair. So we don't have a citywide career fair. Judah experimented one last year and it was oversold. People waited 2 hours to get in here. And in this huge disruption of AI and absolutely broken digital job search, there's lots of potential here. So this thing needs to grow and grow. I hope there's like 5,000 to 8,000 people go. And we need to get the word out for job seekers. So it's free for job seekers and for people who are hiring. Go buy a table. I think the tables are $3,000 to $5,000. A great way to support the community. A great way to get rapid connection with folks like that.
Oh yeah, one thing to add to that, nonprofits, startups, there's always opportunities. Anyone who was there last year, it overwhelmed our expectations. So upgraded to a 1,500 person room, almost the entirety of the third floor, and then invited Congressman Anschenklas, who represents the 4th District. He's in the Blockchain and AI Caucus in Washington, to come and speak to the citizens. And Jake likes to do 5 minutes, and then he does Q&A until everybody's satisfied. So that 1,500 person space has 3 rooms. So while it'll be a very secure space, and we'll definitely have a list to get in, it will be public and free, and he'll be speaking from 11 to 12. I'll be moderating it, as I like to do. So that means you guys will ask the questions. It's a congressperson, right? He's a Marine. His father replaced Dr. Fauci. And the Anschenklas family is very well respected family in Massachusetts, and we're very honored that Congressman Anschenklas will join us and speak to the citizens and answer their questions on whatever's on your mind. That'll lead into the career fair.
That's great, Judah. Is anyone online hosting an event and want to share what event they're hosting?
Paul, it's Amy. I can.
Please.
We actually have to do it by Zoom, but we're really excited about an AI and education event. We're calling it Learning in the Age of AI, and it's for teachers and parents. And it's going to be the evening of September 30th, and 2 fantastic professors from Northeastern will be hosting with me. So it'll be great.
That's really fantastic. There's so much going on in education. I was on a call with John Warner, with the president of Hamilton College, and I truly believe the liberal arts might be looking at 40% unemployment 2 to 3 years from now, because companies are doing everything humanly possible not to hire more entry-level workers. And that's really an important topic here. Great. Go ahead, Pam.
Good morning, Paul. Hi, everybody. Women Applying AI, our new community who I've updated this group on a number of times over the last few months. Our official launch is Friday, September 26th from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We do not want to be competing with Judah's event. We're at the Microsoft Nerd Center. We are listed on the Boston AI Week list free to register. Please come if you can. We would love to see you there.
That's fantastic. Ignacio, go ahead. Go ahead, Greg.
Yeah, still in the process of finalizing confirmation, but we're working with AWS to do kind of a co-chair another group called Post-Exit Founders in Boston. So we're getting a bunch of post-exit founders together at the Putt Putt Shack to do a little bit of golfing in the evening on October 1st. So still not finally confirmed, but in the late stage planning. So I wanted to let folks know.
Just fantastic. Great. Yeah. I've got probably 10 or 15 calls where people contacting us, Paul, I want to do an event. Can you go get me a venue and everything? I said, no, no, no. This is all we are is just like a community bulletin board in like Starbucks. You come up and you just stick your event there and that's it. So we're not getting events for people. And then I don't want to use the names. 2 universities want to do it and probably end up having like 3 or 4 calls with them. I said, yes, you just find a spot and set up an event. You just put your stake in the cloud and do it here. So it's kind of weird, just kind of giving people permission to go do it is really, and it doesn't have to be hard. You can do it a sidewalk down in Boylston. But go ahead, Nadia. Am I saying that correctly? No.
Yeah, Nayla, how are you? Paul,
Thank
hi, everybody, friends of MTLC and beyond. Since we're talking through events, AI Week, I just thought I'd do a shout out for our event from MTLC. It's going to be on change management, how organizations are handling it, how hiring leaders are handling it. And we pulled a program together at Car Gurus, which will be that Friday. I'm not looking at the date. It'll be between 2 and 5. You are welcome to come and join. And there is a link. If you go to the MTLC site, or maybe I can throw it in here, you can sign up to go. So that will be Friday at Car Gurus on change management.
Super fantastic. Will, is AI Tinkerers doing an event?
Yes, the event page is not live yet, but boston.aitinkerers.org.
That's fantastic. Good. And then who had the
Paul?
question about venue space? Yeah.
Paul, can I do a shout out for an event?
Sure. Go ahead, Gabby.
Yeah, sorry, I couldn't find my screen resized and I couldn't find the raise hand, so sorry about that. I just wanted to do a shout out for a free breakfast event we're doing the morning of the 29th at Bostonia Public House. So Blue Tulip Ventures, and then Kristen Kraft of Fidelity Private Shares and Mita at HSBC Innovation Banking. We're doing a breakfast and networking event with a small panel. So we'll have Rana El-Kalyoubi, who founded Affectiva and then together with me founded Blue Tulip Ventures. She's speaking on the panel. Elad Ferber, who's the co-founder and CEO of Synthpop. Alex Schneider, who's co-founder of Lila Sciences, and Jonathan Corbin, the founder and CEO of Maven AGI. I will drop the registration link in the page. So it's AI founders and funders focused about fundraising, go-to-market, and scaling in the age of AI. But anyone who's in the AI ecosystem, we welcome you to join. So yeah, if you're interested, please register. Thank you.
Fantastic. So we're weeks away. So people are thinking about it. Please get it up on the website. If you know organizations that should do it, just nudge them over there. I think this is a real opportunity for us to kind of galvanize interest in a low cost, low lift way here. The other thing I want, any other questions on Boston AI Week?
One last thing is a group named Tavistock reached out. I guess they run some restaurants in the Back Bay in Boston, and they offered their venues. I'm sure there's a cost associated with them, but if anyone's looking for a venue, I'm happy to connect you and lobby for a deal. So there's also a couple corporations that have some space, Emergent, and also some startups and hyperscalers. So if anyone's looking for a space, like reach out and I'll do my best to connect you. May take a minute for me to get back, but I will do my best.
Yeah, and I think that WeWork's got space you can rent if you look for that, and there's also a Boston Convene, which is a nice spot down in I think near Faneuil Hall.
Yeah.
So
And 10 Prospect Street in Union Square, Somerville, next to the Green Line, they are open to hosting events. Just Slack me and I can hook you up with CA Webb, who's a good point of contact there.
That's fantastic. Any other questions on Boston AI Week? Fantastic. The other thing, so we have on the commercial side, I've got GAI World. So that's a paid event. It's all day Monday and Tuesday. And if you're able to attend, that's fantastic. But the AV is setting up on Sunday. So one of the things I got event coordinators here, I've got the AV set up in a room from 2 until 4 on Sunday. And one of the things I want to do is leverage that and have people, groups come in and do an organization, do an overview of the different groups. What I find, I mean, there's so many groups out there. No one knows what any other group does. And when people are interested, I want to come down and just give a 3-minute overview with 2 slides on what your group does. And then we'll take that video and we'll put it up on the YouTube channel. You can have a copy of it as well here. But we continue to find that all these people keep asking us, how do I engage in the AI community here? What are the organizational resources out there? So, one of the things I want to do is, let's see here. That's not it. Jump over here. Just do a 2-minute overview. So any organization can have 2 slides. I did one for Blueprint. Here's the mission, here's what the overview is, and then how to stay engaged. Attend a weekly meeting, jump on our newsletter here. And if we could get that, Nadia, for Mass TLC, for what's Jay's group? Massachusetts Competitive Cooperative, for Boston AI, Judah, for your meetup group here. It'll be a nice way, and I think we can start putting that also on the website, so we can also have like a really easy to use directory here. So if you're interested in that, let me know. We've got a list, I think it's 130 different communities, NGOs and everything else. So the list may get too long, but we can at least get maybe 30 or 40 organizations done. Go ahead, Christine.
Hi, Paul. Is this more for communities and promoting communities for engagement, or like
No,
what your
no,
business or startup does?
Oh, no, I think it's specifically for companies, nonprofits, and universities that want to help the AI ecosystem. So
Okay.
if you're helping students, if you're helping fundraising, if you're helping training, that's great. It's not for vendors selling stuff. But if you actually have programs that help stuff like, put in, and I think it's particularly, I would argue it's particularly focused on the students. I've got MIT students who don't know what's going on at Harvard. I got Northeastern students who don't know at Bentley. I've got Bentley asking what's going on at Emerson. We got folks in the Worcester that aren't connected here. So we've got all these super brainiacs that are all in a silo. And this is one small way to do it. And, so we got the AV there. Just come up to the podium, put your 2 slides in ahead of time, give the 30-minute, we'll slice it, and then stick it out and share it with everyone.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the clarification.
Good. Any other questions on that? And I'll stick the slides in there. I think I saw John Warner. John, are you on? Did I see you join?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah. You want to share update for all the
Yeah, give me 1 minute and then I can.
Great. One of the things that as John gets ready for the folks new to the call here, we have so many assets in this area. We just got to continue to really highlight and amplify. And one of them is Museum of Science. Another one is certainly these great universities like MIT and Harvard, Northeastern, and others. And another one in himself is John Warner, who is just a maniac in terms of putting together unbelievable high quality events. And he has a whole bunch he'll share. They're all free. There's no other place in the world that has this. The one he's going to be talking about is coming up in Silicon Valley in Monday and Tuesday, and they're blown away by what he's done. So it's really, really unique asset we have, and we should all take advantage of it and help people be aware of it. Are any folks on the call headed out to California next week?
I am.
Yeah, great, Amy. Good. Amy, I've got John Sfiokla and Mike Davis from my teams going out. I unfortunately can't go out, but I will be with everyone in spirit.
Fantastic. Well, I did organize, Paul. There's a hotel nearby called the Treehouse, and they have a beer garden. So if people want, if Team MA and any of their new friends want to meet there after the Google event, I think a few of us will be there.
Fantastic. Yeah, if you want to just send me an email, I can at least connect you with other folks I know who are attending.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Great. John, you ready? Or
Yeah,
we can come back to you.
hold on, all right, I'm ready. Hold on.
while we're waiting, I've had 3 other cities ask me to do this for their city, and I said, no, guys, it's a Zoom meeting. You can do your own Zoom meetings. It's not complicated. We have ours all, there's no magic here at all. It can be done much better. So do it for your own city and improve. John, we can see your slides. John, if you're on mute, we can't hear you.
All right, you can hear me now?
We can't, yes.
Yeah, no, I'm on the West Coast on the Stanford campus, staying at a professor's house. I don't want to wake him up. Okay. So you guys, many of you have been to the Imagination Action at MIT, and some have been to the one at Davos. This I'm planning a flag on the West Coast, and I emailed the 20,000 MIT alumni, invited them that live in the Bay Area to come to this. And in the future, Boston and Massachusetts is welcome to participate in this. And I see this as a 3-event series annually that instead of just thinking about our geography, thinking about how we could leverage this opportunity. So the event is the Next Revolution of AI Impact Summit. And we have about 300 speakers. These are all faculty at Stanford, very senior. These are all enterprise leaders. And these are all startups, about 100 startups, like 1-to-1 ratio of enterprise to startups. And part of the DNA of this is you have these 2 different groups. I think they mix and mingle really well. A lot of enterprise want to find startups to maybe have as clients or to absorb, and a lot of startups want to, vice versa. We also have all these investors as speakers, and we have all these media people. I have the tech editor of the Wall Street Journal, the startup writer for Reuters. She tells me they get 2 billion readers a day, through distribution. I couldn't believe that, but that's what she said. Bloomberg. And so, by having this range of people, it adds a lot. And then this is the team. No one's getting paid. This is a volunteer thing. John Sviolko is running a track. Thank you, everyone. So the first day is going to be at Google on Monday, and we have these 3 buildings and this stage. We're going to do the closing out here. And the good news is next year I've signed out this amazing complex that it's like too good to be true. I couldn't get it this year, but I'm really thinking of this as an annual thing. Check in at Google, and we have all these different rooms. We're going to start off with Neil Stevenson. This is about imagination and AI. Neil wrote Snow Crash and a lot of other Diamond. He's an amazing science fiction writer, and if you think about this moment, having science fiction writer explain how they saw things in the past and how they see things now, I think it's a nice way to remind us things. We have one of the VPs of Google. I think 20,000 people report up to him. He oversees cloud. We have another VP, the head of research, who's beloved, Yossi. He's spoken in New York or in Boston and Davos, so he gets a chia pet. He's all excited. We have Eric Schmidt. Many of you know him. We have the head distinguished researcher from DeepMind. We have the head of XR for Google. We have a lot of hotshots. So by bringing this to Google, people can just walk outside their office and come to us, which isn't always the case when we do things in Boston or Davos. Then in the afternoon, we did this the day before YC. YC's tomorrow. And we had about 600 startups apply. We picked a few, and every 30 minutes, these guys are going to pitch. And at the end of the day, there's a $50,000 check that we're going to give the winner. We're going to make a video of all the pitches, and we think we can do better video than any of these startups have gotten out in the Bay Area. There's 250 AI events out here, so we're trying to really differentiate ourselves. This should be great. So this, we want to put a flag, plant the flag in the Bay Area to be showcasing startups, but then we also want to take that to the 3 other venues. And then we're going to close with Astro Teller. He reports to Sergey, just amazing guy, oversees Google X or the Moonshot Factory. And then we have a speaker reception at NVIDIA at their headquarters, which will be really nice. And I'm going to do some programming there. And then the next day we're at Stanford. So many of you have come to Imagination Action. It's just been one day. This is a 2-day event. So think of, in stereo. And kind of like at MIT, we built these coalitions of CSAIL and others, Connection Science. I got these 3 groups: Sign, High, which is like 30 different groups. It's like there's like 5 institutes on campus. The Hoover Institute, High is one of them, human-centered artificial intelligence, and Stanford Medical. And they're going to do some demos. They do a lot with like Microsoft and others that they've never done before about real-time agents and medicine. And the event is so big that I have the Stanford Alumni Center, but I also have CEPR, which is a building right next door. So it's going to have a real campus feel. And if you don't know where these 2 buildings are, here's the Oval at Stanford, and here we are. So it's these 2 buildings. So here's the Stanford Alumni Center, and here's CEPR. And we have 3 stages there, and there's a big lounge. And then right outside one of the stages, we're not gonna have as many tables, but this is a nice place to meet. And then this is we're gonna have a closing reception here, and here's one of the rooms. And then I mentioned we have a lot of speakers. Everyone has a social card. There's a GIF with all. So there was the CEO of Replit. Just a lot of Carl Page, Larry's brother. A lot of interesting people. David Siegel, he's a PhD from MIT. So it'll be great. And then, as I said, chia pets all around. And then Apple decided to do their launch on our second day. So we had a ton of journalists. Some had to peel off because of that event. But at Stanford, we have Reid Hoffman kicking us off in the morning. We have a bunch of robotic things. So we want to be really forward thinking. Chief information officers, the role of law. Waymo is going to do like a demo and do some cool stuff. Steve Jurvetson, he's this guy, former VP of post training at OpenAI. I mean, that's huge. Periodic table, isn't really known. So we're getting these kind of people. A bunch of investors. Ulrika, she's going to get a chia pet. She invests $7.1 trillion in AI, for a third of it going to AI. So it's great to have that person. This guy oversees like a $7 billion fund. And then the head of business for Meta, wearables. We're going to do a co-generation thing with the Replit guy, media, and Hollywood. He was at MIT. Defense, security. I figured this was a topic that the Bay Area would be good at. Chase Lockmiller, many have followed him. I think he's like a Time 100 AI. Excited to have him. More robotics. This guy's from Optimus. This is the head of security at Google. I told her, hey, come to the Stanford one. This is the health guys doing the panel. CEO of Autodesk. The Databricks chairman. This is a who's who of neuroscience. So, you may be like, oh, I'm missing this. All this is going to be recorded. We're going to get that out there for you. But yeah, so I want to just say thank you to everyone and all these speakers. I see them being part of the network, and that Massachusetts can benefit from it. And then a few days later, we're going to do a longevity event over 3 days at MIT, Whoop, the Quinn, so people can come to that October 13th, 14th, and 15th. And then September 27th, this was basically Paul saying, hey, you should be part of the week. I'm going to do an AI retreat that's going to be really special. And if you want to participate in that. And then November 15th, 16th, and 17th, we're going to do solutions for scalability, AI related stuff called Planet Action. And that's going to be at CSAIL and what's the other one?
The Quinn
Newton
House?
Aquarium, the Quinn. So yeah, it's like 5 a.m. here, West Coast, and I'm a little out of it. But Paul, thanks for including me.
John, thank you so much for dialing early. I know it's really early and you've got a huge event coming up, so thank you. But hopefully everyone can see in the call. Fantastic opportunity. Kara, do you have a
Yeah, this is Cara. Just John, quickly, I know a lot of people have applied for a lot of these things, and we're just wondering, like, how do we hear back? Or if we haven't heard back, should we assume we didn't get in, or should we follow up with someone from your team? Like, what is the best mechanism to sort of check on?
I had about 6,000 people apply.
I'm sure.
I think for Google, like I'm trying to let a high percentage in, and then at Stanford, the Stanford building I had has strict fire codes, and I have limited capacity there.
Yeah,
So, and I just also haven't had the bandwidth to review everything,
yeah,
but anyone who wants to come, I will let them in Google for now, and Google's not a lesser than. And then I'm
yeah,
still figuring things out at Stanford, and I want to make sure I can come back next year. And
yeah.
if I have 2x the number of people for the capacity, that would
Great.
jeopardize this.
No,
And
totally
it's a
makes
free
sense.
event, and the whole Stanford community is so excited about this. I think they're
Yeah,
not used to something like this. But
yeah,
if
I
you're
know.
on this Zoom and you want to come, email me right now, and I'll figure something out.
Cool. And same for the stuff like at Quinn and all that stuff like later in the fall. Should we just wait till you're back from dealing with dealing with the Stanford
Yeah,
stuff?
so once I get through Tuesday, I'm gonna like everyone who applied for the AI Summit. I think I had like 200 people. I plan to accept them all, and that's
Awesome.
gonna be really great. And that's gonna be partly at Google, and we have a home that Dice K used to live in. That's really nice.
Very
That
cool.
we're gonna do a nice retreat at. Right.
All right. Thanks, John.
Wonderful. Thanks, John. Really great. Appreciate you calling in so early out there. So let's keep the going. Just so a few other things. So we talked about, so that was Imagination Action. We talked about Boston AI Week. We talked about this 2 hour thing on Sunday during the Boston AI Week at the Heinz, where different organizations can come and present 2 slides for 3 minutes and get a video clip from this. We've been really working to support this new organization from Sabrina. Sabrina, are you on by chance? I know you were. I think she's going to call in late. So she's the new executive director for the Massachusetts AI Hub, and she's getting organized over there. This is the one page talking about her organization and what they're doing. And they really view their mission as part of being a central entity across government, industry, and academia to help collaboration and innovation. So we're certainly supportive of that, and they're doing a lot of initial programs already. So if you haven't met Sabrina, she's fantastic. She's overwhelmed because a fire hose is on, and I know she had a 9 o'clock call, so she may call in later today to ask some questions here. They are they're advertising on Boston AI Week on their website. I know they got a exhibit table at the GAI World, and I think they may be doing another event during the Boston AI Week. Any other folks from the Boston AI Hub on the line, or? Great. So let's go forward on Museum of Science, Christine and Debbie, others.
Yeah, great. No, thanks, Paul. And we've got a series of events coming up through the fall, including a great session by Amy Cowan on October 22nd. But really want to focus more on the events coming up for AI Week, specifically September 29th. And you'll see the registration link there. And we're happy to also share that to the group through another channel. But I'll have Debbie, if she's still on, just talk a little bit more about this fantastic panel and conversation that she's going to be moderating.
Sure. Hi, everybody. We'll keep it brief, but this is the big event that Museum of Science is putting on for AI Week. I am moderating a panel called Being Human in the Age of AI, because being human is the theme of the year for the museum. We've got panelists who are going to talk about how AI is impacting our health, our work, our technology, and our humanity and ethics. And that person is Rana. So she's going to have a very busy day that day. So really excited about that. I also wanted to point out, there's a whole, like the subspace fall calendar has now come out. So as Christine says, there's a whole lot more things, but I just wanted to focus on the AI Week items. Judah, I don't know if these might be 2 more events that we can put on the calendar to get your number of events up, but they are scheduled during that week. One's kind of a fun trivia night, one's more like a dance presentation, but we can talk afterwards and see if you want those on the calendar.
Sounds awesome. Would love to put them up, Christine.
Great.
Fantastic, Debbie and
Thank
Christine.
you.
Really, and Museum of Science is such a globally unique event or global facility institution. So we're just delighted to have their participation and the leadership support as well here. Katie and others, I think I saw the video. We have an update. I think we're putting this on pause for now. Is that right? Who's working on it? Was it Erica? Eric?
So I do
Yeah.
have a update, Paul, if you'd like me to share it. It's not quite
Please, yeah, if you don't
finished.
mind.
Sure, thank you.
And before you start, just to set the context, so this video is aimed at the 435,000 students that flow through the state each year. You should not be allowed, I argue, to leave the state without knowing what's going on here. And a whole bunch of folks have been working on it. Yeah, and this is the latest version. So get some feedback and share an update.
Great. So I showed this last call and got some feedback. I haven't had as much time to work on it as I would have liked, but here is the latest.
Why chase the future when you can build it here in Massachusetts? Massachusetts is home to 114 colleges and universities. This isn't just where you graduate, it's where you launch. From pitch nights to spontaneous breakthroughs, this is where entrepreneurs, researchers, and creatives collide. Massachusetts leads in AI innovation, backed by top-tier startups and AI investor programs. You won't just watch the future unfold, you'll shape it. And when the laptop closes, you've got it all. Sail Boston Harbor, visit a world-class museum, or catch a game at Fenway Park. This is Massachusetts, a place where AI isn't just a buzzword, it's a blueprint. Join the Massachusetts AI Blueprint community. Your next chapter starts here.
Pop.
There's a little thing on the end.
Damn it.
So, oops. So, humor is tricky, and I'm trying to make this to make sure all the jokes land and that the audience is in on the jokes. So, they saw the placeholder there for spontaneous breakthroughs. So I'm using some of these AI tools to try to come up with some new visuals that would be funny in that case. These came out. People thought they were a little odd. This one stayed in, obviously. We're just trying to work up with the audio and the visuals that need to complete it. Hopefully I should have it by this weekend and I can get you the finished file, Paul. But I just haven't had the amount of time I would
Understand. We appreciate all your talents you're putting into this. It's really taking it to the next level. So thank you on that. Kara, do you have your hand up? You got a comment or it's still left over? Okay. Good. Let's go through. We got I think a few more updates here. Let me zip over this. Playbook team, Adam or Beth, others. I don't know if you guys are on today. Luke, I didn't see him. One of the things he's been working on is we've got to continue to update the spreadsheet of all these specific people at these 114 colleges, and we're only partly way there. So appreciate everyone's help in there. Lots of interest in education. I think we don't have a lot of leadership yet on this group, so if people want to pick this baton up, let me know. Event listing continues to be kind of autopilot. I know there's a lot of other there's somebody out there, I forget the gentleman's name, who's doing a TikTok each week on all the Boston AI tech events. Does anyone know him? Jay or John or so he's doing a fabulous job. So
Yeah, that's Jonathan Chang,
oh yeah,
Market Social.
that's right. He's doing a great job, Greg. At least, I don't know. I'm trying to use TikTok more, and it's now popping up all the time. It's like Celtics and him. Brendan, are you on Kindle Literacy? Okay, great. Any other new updates or projects people want to talk about or share? Well, good. Well, let's just take 5 minutes here, and then we'll close early here. Other observations that people have on things that have been blowing them away or sharing at this age of AI is not slowing down. We've been doing a lot of on the business side. We've been doing a lot of employee training, And you know, we've got 3 companies now. The CEO said, I've got to train 700 people in 3 weeks. How can you help us with that? I know another company that spent all their training on Microsoft Copilot, and all their employees still use ChatGPT because it's so much better. And that's a real problem for the shadow IT. But who else like to share things you're seeing out there?
Hey, Paul, Carl Frake in Cincinnati. I thought I'd just share one thing. You guys give me so many gifts. Hopefully this one will be of interest. Something we've started here is AI for older adults. So we have a team that's going around to senior centers, civic centers, adult housing places, and doing town hall style events with a real focus on safety. You know, educating older adults about scams, all those kinds of things. And it's getting really, really good feedback here. So just wanted to share, you know, if somebody wants to know more about that, they can reach me, you know, at LinkedIn or Carl at CincyCatalyst.ai.
Carl, that's fantastic. I mean, people don't know. I mean, the amount of phishing before AI was a problem, and to scams and elderly was a problem, and it's going to go through. It's already going through the roof. Ability to, you know, fake voices. That one that was flying around where they called in, they did social media to figure out your grandson's name, and he'd call in and say he was, you know, needed $10,000 to give the lawyers. That got my mother-in-law. She sent $10,000 twice to some group. And it's non-trivial. And this is nothing until they start doing, Carl, being able to mimic all the voices and images of all your grandkids and police. It's breathtaking. But that's really great work. Yeah, go ahead, Cara, and then we'll go Daya.
Thanks. Just putting this in the chat. Next week, I think I'm losing track. Next week is Startup Boston Week. I'm sure everybody knows Stephanie and are going to be going to different events. It's all week. It's free, and it's there's an AI track. So if people haven't checked that out, check it out. Definitely cool. And we'll be there. Building AI Boston will be on the podcast stage Tuesday afternoon from 2 to 5, and we have Prag Shah from Car Guru is coming, and we have Brendan Witcher from Forrester, and an as yet unnamed guest from a higher education institution in Boston that we're still working out. So it'll be just me. Our co-host is not coming out from the West Coast to join me. So come and root me on, but don't heckle, please, if you're there. Thank you.
Yeah, no, Stephanie did a fantastic job. I think it's 8th or 9th year that she's doing it here. Dia, go ahead, and then Karen.
Hi, Paul. Thanks again for hosting. Just to provide a bit of context, we met actually at the MA AI Hub Hackathon at Microsoft Nerd. Oh. And I know you had to rush out to take care of your grandma that day, but I wanted to quickly follow up on Carl's comment around reaching older adults, because that's what we do at Joint Family. A lot of our efforts are around AI literacy, around intergenerational engagement. So we bring students from our community along with older individuals to learn about AI, to collaborate and deliberate on the societal impacts of AI. That includes AI harms like misinformation, algorithmic bias, mental health, and social connection. We're hosting 2 events in collaboration with the Cambridge Public Library early October, and there's plans to put together an AI town hall to reach underserved communities and bring them in on these conversations early December 11th, but I will confirm and get back to you on the exact date.
That's fantastic. Thanks so much for joining. If you could put your contact information, you're really doing fantastic work here. And one of the things I want to reiterate that we continue to be surprised is we're doing like Gen AI 101 training for sophisticated financial employees. So all the early people are gone. And the number one request we get after we do one is, Paul, your team needs to dumb it down more. You didn't show how to upload a document. You didn't show how to copy the results from here over there. So that kind of first gap and literally seeing it is just so loud and such a big need out there, I think, in all levels here. So yeah, go ahead, Karen, and then we'll go next to you.
Sure. Thanks for hosting, Paul. This is great. I just wanted to shout out Sabrina Mansour, the director of Boston, Massachusetts AI Hub. She has provided a quote for our press release that's going out very soon on the AI career fair. And Judah's just finalizing a couple of details. And once that's ready to go, I'd like to send it out to this group and ask you to share it with any media contacts you might have, such that they can come down, they can cover the story, and most importantly, get it into the media calendars that are all over the place in the city, so that people can be made aware. And just, Mike Grandinetti of Harvard is going to send this out to all of his college and university contacts so that the students can be made aware of the great career fair that's taking place.
Yeah.
Thanks, Paul.
And Karen, thank you so much for picking up a shovel and helping with the media. Karen just stepped up and said, how can I help? And Judah and I said, well, maybe you can help with the media stuff, and you've been off and running. So just fantastic. And, having a fantastic AI career fair that no one knows about, it doesn't help anyone. So we've got to get the word out. Yeah. Go ahead, Ignacio. Then we'll go to Adam.
Hi, Paul. In the spirit of getting to that 100 number event for the AI week, we are planning, we're in the early stages of planning an event. It would be with Founder Institute. I used to work with them. I used to run the Founder Institute program, which is an early stage accelerator program, and kind of helps build the bridge between kind of idea stage and then going into accelerators like Mass Challenge and others. So it feels an interesting place in the ecosystem. So I'm helping the new team that is going to be running Boston, getting that kicked off. And so we are going to planning an event for founders and the community of mentors that we have for the AI week. So we'd love to get others if they're interested to partner